bid from McClellan, which is the company that does the acoustic panels, does the audio recordings, and I wanted to toss out. You need one more copy? Sorry. I'll be fine. I don't need it. I wanted to toss out one additional opportunity that we have. When I've come around to each of the 6 courtrooms outside of Thomas County, we've talked about the need for the audio recording system, that we have to have that. We're committed to creating a system that really captures and allows us to create transcripts and keep court records. The great news is that you guys have been chipping away at that for the last couple of years, and so we were really excited to be able to leverage those funds toward the acoustic panels to really get things up and going. So your audio recording system is done. The only thing that we need to add is one, what do you call it? Audio bridge. Perfect, no problem, thank you. So that would get you from the 8 recording channels to 16. What that allows us to do is isolate every microphone in the courtroom. So when we have a transcriptionist or a court reporter trying to create a record, they can actually go in, and if somebody mumbles or they sit too far away from the mic, or if they start talking over each other, they can actually isolate those out and really capture what was truly said. So that's the only additional piece, and that we've committed to paying for through our grant as well. I got so excited about the acoustic panels that I didn't present to you guys the opportunity to implement a video presentation and a video conferencing piece. So that technology is mirrored off what they've put into Thomas County. What that does is it puts displays at your counsel tables, up on the bench, your clerk station and your court reporter station, as well as a public display that can be seen by the jury in the gallery. It allows, if they have any evidence to be presented, for example, if Leslie was sitting up there, judge could show just the counsel table something, or it could be shown to the whole courtroom. It also helps everybody kind of get on the same page, because it's all controlled through one console. So if you look on page 1, that $26,500 we've committed to paying through our grant funds. On page 2, there is an opportunity to put in monitors, as well as an ELMO, which is a document viewing or an evidence viewing, kind of like
Screen.
the old school scanner things. Would you call it screen?
Screen.
Yeah.
Projector.
That'll be put out to the monitors, as well as all of the technology that needs to go along with that. And then the video conferencing piece allows us to do, or to advance in our, not only in person, but in hybrid and Zoom meetings. I felt that it was really important to thank you guys and to recognize that you've been chipping away at yours. You are one of 2 counties that's been working on this. So we took the extra funding from our other projects and kind of scooted it all together. So I have $59,720 funding from my side that I can put towards this upgrade for you. The project total is $74,500. So Natalie and I have been tossing around a couple of different ideas, because I really do hate having to go have a mid-year ask to commissions. You guys are my 6th and last one, and so far everybody said yes, but I recognize that that is not fun. I mean, there's been multiple counties that I've had to ask for between $40,000 and $50,000 from. So this is a much more pleasant conversation. So what we would be asking for would be to see if you guys could come up with $15,000 to allow us to do the video conferencing and presentation portions, in addition to the painting, the audio recording, and the acoustic panels. So I recognize that was like an information dump, but what questions do you have?
And that comes out of your budget?
Well, we have a couple of options. If you say we don't have $15,000 anywhere, she does have some money in capital outlay and equipment reserve. If I came and said I haven't asked if you guys have $15,000 in any fund anywhere, we would sure appreciate you considering giving it to the court for this year. The number that Natalie gave me is that she has $3655 in capital outlay and $3630 in equipment reserve, which would get you down to right about $7,500 if you had any way to come up with that mid-year. You can growl at me and cringe now. I'm okay with it. I recognize that's hard.
I'm just wondering where we get it from.
Something like courthouse general, or not? Where we at with that?
About the only thing it could come.
That's the only other fund it could, would be general. But it is courtroom equipment. And so, what were you saying is in the capital outlay?
In capital outlay, she has 3655, and equipment reserve 3630. So that'd leave about, it'd leave 74.
77
Okay, yeah.
is at least what I got.
Do you have anything that you could see in the future that you're gonna need that for?
I don't see anything at this point, but I mean, you don't know when a computer might
Yeah.
crash or a scanner might die or whatever, so.
What if you took, like the equipment reserve, only that, so that way you still
Have a
have
little
some
bit
funds.
left.
You have a cushion and then finish it out with the courthouse general.
So that'd leave you guys with a bill of about 11,500, which for a $75,000 project is wonderful.
Right.
Right?
86 when you include the money that Scott was able to get for us, so.
Here's another question. In regards to all the monitors and the cameras and et cetera, is that going to be in compliance with the Historical Society?
Yes, so there's one thing that I asked McClellan to give me an updated bid on, and they did not. We would like to put the large display for the jury in the court, or in the gallery, on a cart, so that we don't have to put anything on the walls.
No holes in the walls,
So
any
there
of
will
that
be
kind
no
of thing.
holes.
No,
I
just
said,
sit
I
on
don't
the
think that's a
tables.
hoop we want to try to jump through again, especially given our timeline. So they said that to have the swivel arm to go to a commercial cart that would hold the display wouldn't be a big deal. And I did tell them about that with the cameras, and they said they can make that work.
Okay.
So we ran into that in Sherman County as well. They said, please, just don't touch anything.
Yeah.
It's such a pretty cool one. Both of them are.
Especially after we're just getting it painted, we don't want to
Right.
put new holes and
Right.
stuff,
Well,
so,
the construction of the walls
right.
is such.
Touch it and just,
Yes, crumbles.
we don't want to do that.
Because one of the monitors in Sherman is held up by a lot of silicone.
Oh, my
It's
land.
like glued to the wall.
Wow.
It's like when I touch anything in my house. So I guess I have to make it two apologies. One, that I didn't have this fully ready when we came back with the exciting news that we were able to pay for the acoustic panel, and for having to do a mid-year ask. But I think this is an opportunity we'll only be able to leverage with funding from our side one time. So all of the equipment that'll be installed comes with a 5-year government warranty, so it'll all be replaced. I'll be working with each clerk to having conversations about their capital outlay and their equipment reserve, or what that looks like in the future. I don't intend on having to replace much of it. I think what ultimately they've said is it's typically jumps in technology versus equipment wearing out when you decide to do that. What we know with our courtrooms is we've done more with less for a long, long time, and so I think we'll get a good use out of these systems before we ever consider upgrading, so.
So we won't see anything of you for a year or two?
You'll see me at budget time next year, and it'll just be so vanilla. I'll come right in and I'll say, here it is, it'll be fine.
This
and
is
then-
not working.
I hope not.
Ay.
Maybe I'll just come say hi and just bring donuts once, and I
There-
won't ask for
there
a
you
single
go.
thing.
I like milk with my donut.
Okay, I can handle that. Judge Rest, the magistrate
So
over at
we're
Thomas.
gonna leave, which one are we leaving? The 33 or the 30?
You suggested
36,
taking
30.
the equipment reserve, is that right?
Right.
Okay, so Natalie would put in 3,630 from her equipment reserve out of her budget.
So what's the difference?
So 15 minus that.
So that way you still have your capital outlay that can be put into the
11,370.
reserve
Yep.
for next year,
11,370.
or at the end of the year, sorry.
Yeah.
Instead of wiping that out. And
Yeah.
I'll make a motion when we take 11,370 out of general.
Second motion.
It's been moved and seconded to take $11,370 out of courthouse general to help the courtroom out. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
And then you'll need a motion to approve the expenditure from the reserve of this project.
Okay.
Okay.
30,630.
Move that we take out of the reserve, is that correct? 3630.
30.
I'll make a motion, we take out the 3630 out.
And this is out of courthouse.
This is on my equipment reserve.
Equipment reserve.
Courtroom, okay. It's been moved and seconded to take $3,630 out of courthouse reserve, courthouse. okay.
Equipment reserve.
Equipment reserve to help cover this cost. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
We haven't set any open house or anything once that's done, but if you do have to see me, or maybe Natalie can come down so you don't have to, would love to have some tours, come show you what we put in. I mean, we haven't discussed if we'll do an open house for the public or not yet, but
Yeah.
we'd love to show
Okay.
off all the great things that are going on, so, thank you. I needed something to do this fall. I get to be in every county in September and October while they get this done, so. I'll just-
Greenfield, Long John.
Greenfield Long John, okay. The magistrate in Thomas County told me yesterday that Santa likes people who bring the twisty ones with cinnamon and sugar. I was like, sure, okay. Thank you all very much. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
So all courtrooms are doing this.
Yep. Everybody, so Thomas County doesn't have any upgrades, but everybody else has committed to doing all portions of it. So we have 2 crews coming out at a time from Wichita. They're gonna do, I think, the second weekend, no, maybe the first and third week in September, or the second and fourth, I don't remember, and then the middle of October. So we'll get everybody going.
I'm gonna run downstairs.
Okay.
Thomas County
I
saying
will too.
they already had it in place.
When they purchased, or when they built the Justice Center, all of this was part of that building cost, and so they kind of got left out of this round of grant funding, which is fine. I don't think they really need anything, but so. It will have some benefits in that if we have a judge that goes from one place to another, when they sit on the bench, the system will be the same, the console will be the same. When we work share our clerks, if they were to ever have to go back and forth, they can also step right in and understand how the technology works, so. Awesome. Thank you. See you guys.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. CIC's down again.
What?
Yeah. So, I'm frustrated as all hell. They were down on May 30th too, and they left my support call open and never did anything with it, and I'm having the same issue. So I chewed the lady out today, because Tiffany was the one that was on the May 30th call. Well, Tiffany's the one that called back today, and I'm like, I'll just let you know, I'm pissed. So you're just gonna have to listen to me for a minute.
And they left the ticket open and didn't do anything.
I said, why did you leave it open? Well, I was gonna escalate it to hardware, but it fixed itself later on in the afternoon. And I said, well, it didn't fix itself, it just allowed me to get back in. There's obviously still something going on, and now we're having this issue again. So you're going to escalate it to hardware. Well, I was thinking about, no, you're going to escalate it to hardware. I expect somebody from hardware to call me back. System is down. This is affecting everybody. This is not just affecting my computer.
It's like QuickBooks, they came out with an update.
Mhm.
And you know, like I'll have numerous cases on one client. So I'd like to, you know, like you could type it in, hit enter, and it would bring up all of their, just them. They took that feature out.
Oh,
So you have to go in individually to each one of those.
that's not
And
fun.
so I called
Yeah.
and they were like, oh, yes, you know, this is a known issue, and that was a month ago.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I had someone from Comtech, it's another kind of like CIC, the only problem with them is they don't have any support.
Yeah.
But they called wanting to know if there's interest. I don't know whether they're trying to get it going again. I
Yeah.
don't know. But
And I don't know if they don't have support because CIC blew up. I mean, like CIC got so big and so good, and everybody switched to CIC, so they just didn't put forth any effort into their product. But now that CIC is not doing great, maybe they're gonna invest in their product. Might be something for us to look at, I don't know. There are 3 other counties in our district, Gove, Trigo, Norton, and Sheridan. They're all on Comtech. The treasurer's offices are. So I would have 4 contact points close in the region if we did anything.
it's something that we'd rather not mess with.
I don't want to switch, but at this point, I might need bail money at the CIC symposium in August because I might wring somebody's neck. But we'll see.
They're going to give us a discount. They haven't, usually we've paid our bill by now. Haven't even received a bill from them. Once I receive that, then I'm on the phone with,
Yeah. So where are we at with the server?
I'm nowhere because you can't get anybody to ask anything.
Okay. But Thomas County and Sherman County both have their own servers, so can we contact their IT to see what server they have been using for CIC? Because CIC requests a specific server, I realize that. And if CIC isn't contacting you, then maybe we can contact them to see what CIC requested, so Reach can then quote us, because we're gonna have to do something sooner rather than later on some front, because this is ridiculous.
Would that be very overbearing?
For Sherman, yes. I don't know. I have the contact information for Thomas. It is a corporation like Reach. So, anyways. Okay. Did you get my letter for,
Do you need 2 copies?
perfect, for the unclaimed funds?
It's pretty generic. Look at it,
Okay.
see if I need to change anything, adding.
Yes, perfect. That'll work. So they need to sign them? Okay. So this is for, I'm working with the state treasurer on unclaimed funds for our county, for our taxpayers, but I noticed that there was 4 claims for Cheyenne County itself. So I'm claiming those 4 on behalf of the county, and then I'll figure out where the money goes. But they needed a letter from you guys stating that I can do this for you, because
Okay.
telling them I was the treasurer didn't work. And there's 4 claims, and they total $420.68. One's from 2013, one's from 2015, and 2 of them are from 2017. So,
You need our signatures.
yes, please.
On just one?
Both of them.
Both of them, so that we can retain a copy and I can mail a copy. Because they have to have wet signatures on theirs. So,
Looks like I signed it in the wrong place.
We didn't need a motion.
Okay, so then my other thing,
Motion on that.
Maybe so, because it's kind of like a power of attorney.
So the motion is to look on claim.
For 4 claims.
Unclaimed
Funds.
funds for Cheyenne County.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to have Dawn pursue 4 claims totaling $420. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay.
thank you. Okay, so then I'll need those notarized, or at least one of them notarized so I can send. They just said notarized, so we can do that after the meeting, that's fine. Okay. So my other thing is my desk is falling, my countertop is falling apart. The girls are complaining, it's made for typewriters, it's ergonomically not correct. We've been talking for years about redoing that counter. I know Dolores talked about it for years as well. The issue with the countertop is that all the electrical runs underneath it, so I've been trying to get an electrical quote from a commercial licensed and bonded or whatever electrician, so that we can redo the electrical, so we can put desks in there. So I got quotes. I can only find one electrician to give me a quote that met the qualifications, so I couldn't get the 3 quotes or whatever. And it's the guy from Goodland that did the generator for 911, so I mean, he's a good contractor. But his bid came in at $2,800, but that's to redo some old electrical that is not working correctly in my vault as well. So,
Electrical under the counter and the vault.
yes. And I have hanging lights like this in my office. He's gonna replace them with some inset panel lights that are LEDs. So it'll be more energy efficient and better and more up to date, as well as fixing the old.
You're changing the light fixtures? Will historical people be okay with that?
That is not original, so that's not part of the historical. The one light that is in the vault is historical. I reached out to Shelley and to Scott. Shelley came up and looked at it. She said as long as we just take down the fixture and keep the fixture and she preserves the fixture in the historical room upstairs, then it'll be fine. There's already conduit, new conduit, so that isn't historical, so we could just tack onto the new conduit to have a new wire. So we're not gonna be using the old wires, and it's not gonna be touching the plaster or anything like that.
Okay.
So, I'm assuming that's all I need to do as far as historical, because it's just the one light.
As long as you keep it, that's all you have to do.
Okay,
You
so,
just can't throw it away.
right. So, I'll make sure that if this gets done, that'll
Don't break it.
get saved. So that's that, and then to take the counter out, and then I quoted 2 desks, but they're at countertop height. So this is what it'll look like when you walk into the office. Here's kind of a floor plan. Here's the door when you walk in the office. So this is what you'd see. And the driver's license desk is over here. I'm currently over here in this corner. So it's gonna free up a lot of room and just simplify things and bring it all up to date. So, I did get 2 quotes for desks. The one quote for just these 2 desks from one company was $5,000 and change. The other company quoted me these 2 desks plus a new U and bookcase for me, and that came in at $4,500. So it's a lower quote plus a whole extra desk. So,
You think the quality of the desks are the same?
yes, the difference is the $4,500, I gotta put the desks together. The other one, the guy will put them together for me. So, I don't mind putting desks together. I can follow a schematic. I know how to work a screwdriver. I can handle that. So with the electrical quote at 28 and the 3 desks at 45, it's
7,300.
well, 74.58 with shipping for the desks.
Oh.
Sorry, there was a little bit of shipping for the desks.
$158 for shipping, you said?
Yeah. So,
Bless you.
Thank you.
so Dolores had put 3,500 in equipment reserve for this project. Can I use that
I believe that's what it's for.
for desks? Yeah, okay. So out of that 7,400, if I use my 3,500 in equipment reserve, I was gonna use my motor vehicle fund
For the 30.
for the rest.
And you got all that in there?
Yes, I currently have 13,000 in there in my motor vehicle fund, so, I should be. And that way it doesn't affect my county treasurer budget, because I obviously didn't really budget for this. So, thank you.
Do we need a motion to purchase?
Yeah.
I move that we purchase the 3 desks at $74.58 and plus do the electrical.
Okay, perfect.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded to replace the desks and do the electrical. Coming out of, what,
Equipment reserve,
Equipment reserve.
3,500.
okay, out of 3,500 out of equipment reserve and the rest 30, okay.
The balance, whatever it happens to be, will come out of motor vehicle fund.
Motor vehicle fund. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
How
So-
long will that take?
Well, I'm gonna talk to the electrician, because I think he can come out on a Saturday, and we can do that all on a Saturday. Hopefully my desks, I can get my desks put together. He can come out, we can remove the countertop. He can do the electrical, we can put the desks in over a weekend. So I'm hoping we can do it in a weekend project. I might need to close the office on a Friday or a Monday to get everything buttoned up. But that countertop is not affixed to anything, so it's a freestanding countertop, so we should, once the electrical gets removed, we should just be able to haul it out and it'll be gone. So there shouldn't be any damage to the floor other than discoloration. I think there's a few screws into the wall. But other than that, that countertop should just come out. So I'm gonna talk, obviously I need to talk to the electrician. The desks they said would ship, we would get the desks within 10 to 12 business days of ordering. So I just need to talk to the electrician to see when he can get us on the schedule. He sounded like it could be relatively soon. So July is a very slow month in general for my office, so hopefully I can plan it in the middle of the month and we can get it done quickly. But that's kind of where, obviously if I close the office, I will advertise profusely to let people know. I don't think I will need a whole day. I might need a half a day, like an afternoon, Friday afternoon or Monday morning type of thing,
Right.
just to button things up. But I will let you know. Do you want me to come back to you on when this is all scheduled and if I'm closing the office, or do you want me to just proceed and make sure that I,
Just proceed as far as I'm concerned.
I
okay,
think as long as we know when you're doing this.
okay,
If
yeah.
you just
We'll put it on the
text us or
county
something.
website and the
Okay.
Facebook and
Yep.
all that, and if I end up needing to close, so. Okay,
Thank you,
perfect.
Don.
Yep, thank you.
Have a good day.
Yep, you too.
All right, Danny, you're up.
Yes.
Sorry, we're running ahead of schedule, but a little behind. At the same
That's
time.
fine. I don't mind. As long as you weren't waiting on me, that's all that matters.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Danny Holsworth. I'm the district manager at the Cheyenne County Conservation District. It's a local conservation entity out at the USDA Service Center. This is my proposed 2024 operations fund budget. The district works off of 2 fund types. This operations fund is the taxpayer dollars that we receive from Cheyenne County and also the state of Kansas. The other one is the enterprise fund, which is ran like a small business. I didn't attach that today because this is really your interest here. So looking ahead, there's a few higher expenses. If you look at like 2022, if you look back, I guess, that big number, the $4,700, we had 2 years worth of audits done by Mabeson Miller. So that was 2 years in one payment. So from here on out, we should be back on track for a lower amount. What happens is the county gives us an allocation, and then the state of Kansas matches that as close as they can from the Kansas Water Fund. So there's 105 counties in Kansas that they have to prorate that amount out. So last year the county gave us $25,000 and we got just a touch under 23,000. So I think as this year it's supposed to go up a little bit, get it closer to that not exact 100% match, but closest that I've ever seen in 10, 11 years. So We had some funds come in from the region, the acronym is RCPP, it's the Regional Conservation Partnership Program. It's through, I'm the lead agency through NRCS, and I received a $3 million grant project funds to do special conservation projects in Cheyenne County. So that's not reflected on this, but it's just a big project that's bringing national attention to Cheyenne County. We're doing tree removal. I know I came here a few years ago and talked about it. Tree removal along the Republican River, water conservation practices to upgrade windmills to solar pumps, re-drilling wells. All of that comes from Colorado's overpumping the Republican River. That's a big project going on right now out at our office. So other than that, we do education with kids. We have our annual tree sale. It's the same thing, just different day.
So has any sort of notification been sent out to landowners in regards to?
Yep, I sent out probably close to 125 letters that went out to all the landowners that lived in the Republican River Basin. We had an outreach meeting on June 1st that was in the paper. All of that was publicized. We had it out at the fairgrounds June 1st, and we were taking applications until June 30th. Your mom's applying.
Okay.
That's what you're asking.
She didn't say anything, and usually I do all that stuff.
I was wondering if that's what you were hitting at. Kay has been in. She came in. She was at the meeting on June 1st,
Okay,
and
good.
she came in with your brother, or your brother was there, and went to the meeting, and she's taken care of.
Good.
She was like number 2 on the list, so you're golden. Is there any other questions I could answer for you?
I think you saw the panic when you said June 30th. Because I deal with all the water rights and
Right.
everything, and I'm like going, oh.
No, you're taken care of. Kay's one step ahead of you.
All right, good.
Any other questions for me?
So you're asking for the same 25,000?
Yeah. Yep, just the same amount that we've done for a few years now, so. And I'll get you that. I always forget to print it out because it's a separate document, so. All right, thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
See you later.
Have a good 4th.
The auditors were out here last Friday for not very long, for the audit. Dawn and I were both, while they were here, they asking for anything, they asked me for a couple of documents, and that was it. Showed up 9:30, 10 o'clock, and they were out here by 3:30, so. I take that as things are going smoothly since.
Yeah.
And then John Mapes will be at the next meeting, I believe. No, into July. For the budget.
Did you get a hold of Cody?
Oh, I was supposed to take him off the schedule. He told me that the other day and I forgot to take him. He had something come up.
Do you have anything else?
But you had something.
It was that memorandum of understanding for Steve.
Okay.
Can't be done, can we?
Yeah, we're done.
Motion to
Amanda's
adjourn
not
then.
coming?
No. The guy wasn't ready.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Can I ask, and maybe you probably can't, all the coffee shop rumors about that deal down at the Schooner Dens, did they just say that was a accidental death, or have you heard anything about it?
Yeah, I know what happened.
But, everybody said somebody got killed, and
The investigation is completed, and it was due to a medical condition.
that's what I told them. They said, well, why are you being so quiet about it? And I said, well, it's probably because they gotta do the medical part of it to see.
Right. Right, and also it's a matter of respect for the family.
Yeah.
That's why,
Rumors are
until,
terrible.
yeah, everyone starts making rumors and people talk when they shouldn't be talking and disclosing information, and it's like, just stop, let the investigation follow through, let's get the autopsy, let's find out what happened, and then,
Right.
but it was due to a medical condition.
Good, now I can tell them. Drop it. Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed. Have a good 4th of July, everybody.